podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Bigray will look to pick it up and he'll go on here. There's two up here, Bradford. It's Bigray. He's got to make this count. It's Bigray. It's 1-1.
Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Welcome to Colchester vs Bradford Preview Live. And just a little reminder, when people are speaking, microphones off, please. So in today's podcast, we'll be talking about the Fleetwood game, the post-match Fleetwood, the pre-match Colchester, the weather forecast for the Colchester game, the latest Bradford City news, what's on your plate, and also I am trying to get a new feature on the go. And the new feature is basically wherever club you support, from Aston Villa to Rangers, come on for 5 minutes, chat about your club. If you are listening on TikTok, YouTube and other social sites, get your asses over to X/Twitter and come and join in on the fun. We have now got a full bench. Everyone's passed their fitness test. So today I should be joined by Tony, Lee and Miss Carly. Hopefully you all can hear me.
Oh, yes, loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
So, Tony, with the best name ever, what was your thoughts on the Fleetwood game?
In a nutshell, I thought we were very poor first half. I think Alexander got the total formation of the team wrong, playing players out of position. Having Oliver up front with Cook just doesn't work because they're two identical players. They're both target men. Second half were an improvement, but we just lack that killer ball into box for Cook. And I think, to be honest, at this stage of the season now, we're starting to rely on Cook too much. Somebody else needs to take the weight off his shoulders. But who do you put in? Who's going to get you? If Cookie don't score, who's going to get your goals? I just don't know.
Anything else, Tony, about the Fleetwood game?
I just think Alexander needs to put his hand up and say, I got it wrong. He got the total formation wrong. Playing players out of position. Why sign a natural centre half on a short term deal in Huntington, who I thought had a decent game against Aldershot, but then put Halliday there on the Saturday? He's a natural centre half. Halliday isn't. They were not special, but we never threatened them, apart from second half. But it's just that final ball. It's poor, very poor.
And what about yourself, Lee?
I can only echo what Tony just said. We were just rubbish. I didn't rate us at all. We never looked like scoring. We looked like too much, as Tony said, reliance on Cook getting on the end of something. We overhit nearly every ball that went in. He would have needed a rocket up his backside to get to any of them. And he don't, so we just never looked like scoring. I just thought we were poor. Bad day at office is about all you can do is put that one down too, because we just weren't that good. We never looked like scoring. We just never got to grips with them. They were too aggressive early. And then, you see, once they've got their goal, they're just going to park bus, sit back and defend. And we couldn't get near them. We just didn't have enough. Bad day.
Okay. Oh, else, Lee, on the Fleetwood game?
Yeah, if we replayed it, I don't think we'd play that bad, but they won't let us do that, will they? Unfortunately, points have gone. Yeah, no, that's it. That's all I've got for that one. One to forget.
Okay, Miss Callie?
It was absolute pants. I can't see anything else apart from what them two guys have just said.
Okay.
Did you go, Callie?
No, I was. I injured my foot again, so I couldn't make it. I had to give my ticket away. I'm going tomorrow though.
Oh yeah, no, it's just added an hour on to home time, hasn't it?
Yeah, you're going to have to go around houses tomorrow to
Oh,
pick me
you'll be
up.
getting it tomorrow, I'm telling you.
Make sure you sit there at front.
Oh, I'll be up front.
And my thoughts on the game were shit, were crap. The only entertainment we got was when Harriet was warming up and he was getting absolutely dog's abuse. Some of it deserved, some of it not deserved. I've got a vent and a rant in a bit about it, so we'll move on to that in a bit. Right, moving on now to Colchester versus Bradford preview live, where everybody is here for. So let's start off with Colchester versus Bradford, 3 o'clock kickoff tomorrow, live on Sky Sports Plus because of the international break at the Job Saver Community Stadium. And the referee, thanks for Diane, is Carl Brook. He sounds like a boxer. He's had 1 EFL trophy appearance, 7 yellow cards, 1 second yellow, no reds, 1 penalty. In League 1, he's had 7 appearances, 31 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, 1 penalty. In League 2, he's had 3 appearances, 15 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, and no penalties. FA Cup, he's had 1 appearance, 3 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, no penalties. In the EFL Cup, he's had 1 appearance, 4 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, no penalties. Altogether, he's had 13 appearances, 60 yellow cards, not 1 second yellow, no reds, and 2 penalties. So then moving on to a little bit of stats for you. Bradford City top goal scorer is Lord Goat Andrew Ellis Cook with 8 goals, and he's played 15 matches. Theirs is Taylor, who's had 5 goals and he's played 11 matches. Bit of an insight from you from FootMob. Colchester have scored 7 goals in their last 5 matches. Leigh Taylor has the most shots on target per match for Colchester at 1.2. Samson Tovide has created the most big chances for Colchester with 5. Bradford have scored 7 goals in their last 5 matches. Haven't kept a clean sheet in 5 matches. And Andy Cook is the top goal scorer on 8. The couple of team forms, Colchester have drawn against Chesterfield, lost against Salford 2-1, lost against Swindon 2-1, drawn against Barrow, and then beaten Arsenal Academy in the Mickey Mouse Trophy. Team form for Bradford is we've won against Gillingham 2-1, we've drawn against Cheltenham, we've lost against Donny, we've beaten Aldershot 3-1, and we lost against Fleetwood 1-0 the other day. So then heading over to the Simon Parker article, and I do apologise for butchering names. I know people come here to hear me butcher names, so welcome aboard. So in goal, we've got Mackey, Hunt, then we've got Flanagan, Donley, oh my God, Ellis, Ian Dullo, Woodyard, McDonnell, Anderson, Payne, Gordon and Taylor, with Hooper, Goodlife, Egbo, Divide, I think Thorne, Reed and Smith. Their league position is 21st. Colchester are monitoring defender Rob Hunt after he came off early at Barrow with a tight calf. Bradford City's possible team line-up is, I don't have a clue what the formation is going to be on here, might be one at the back. Walker, Halliday, Byrne, Shepherd, Ben, Smallwood, Richards, Walker, Clark, Cordor, Sanderson and Cook. Bradford are currently 10th. The team news, Jack Shepherd is available, returned after he served 1 game ban from his booking. Carl Brook is from Sussex, official of the same fixture 2 seasons ago where Colchester scored the only goal in deep added time. And for people who like to bet, Colchester 9-5, City are 6-4, and the draw is 23-10. And the last time these sides met, Colchester cancelled Andy Cook's opener in a 1-1 draw in January. I'm going to have a quick breather, and starting off with Tony, working our way across. What's your thoughts on the Colchester game?
I think at the end of the day, Johnny, it's how he sets up. I'm glad if that is a team, that's a pretty strong team, and I'd like to see Sanderson back. Kavanagh's just not cutting it for me at the moment. I don't know why. I don't know what's up with him. It'll be another tough game because they're fighting for the lives because they're near bottom again, and as you know, what we tend to do. But I think we're due to give somebody an hiding, and I'm hoping it's tomorrow. because it's a long way to go to get beat. Like I say, it all depends on his formation and who he picks and who he don't. I think sometimes Alexander don't know what his best starting 11 is if he's got everybody fit. But I'm hoping Sanderson plays up front with Cookie, because like I say, we rely too much on Cookie. And if he's not scoring, then I just don't see who else is going to score. We've no other people in that team that can. We should be getting more goals from midfield, and we're not. So, be a tough game.
Anything else on it, Tony?
No. Oh yeah. How come we always end up with bloody third-rate referees? How many games did you say he's refereed? 13?
I've closed it down, so I can't remember what I actually said.
But it's always us.
So before we go to Lee, TikTok, other social sites, get your score predictions in. And also, if you want to come aboard and have a chit-chat on X, just search for Chickens on the Loose, you'll find us. If you want to have a chat about your team, ask the panel any questions. Right, moving on to Lee. What about yourself, Lee? Thoughts on the Colchester game?
Colchester's always been a tough place to go. It just has. So, per anyone from 10, really. It's not a good place. It's not a good hunting ground for us. It never has been. The current form would suggest we probably get beat. I'm hoping not. I'm not going for that in my score predictions, but that's to follow. I just think we're just really struggling at the minute to find any real form. And like Tony said, it's down to who he picks. Apparently Shepherd's fit again, so we might have a more rigid look to our back line. Ben ran himself into the ground last week, in the last game, and he'll do the same again. So Halliday, I don't know. You've just got to sort of look and see who he picks. You can't say with any clarity or who's going to put ball in net. Putting a cross into the middle of Rose Head in behind goal isn't going to get anybody a goal, is it? So we need to be a bit more precise. I hope they've worked on it. It's a tough place to go. Like Tony said, it's a long way to come home if you get beat. That's about it, really, for me.
Yeah.
And welcome back, Callie. Sorry.
And just like a transfer signing, Callie, sorry, you've just gone down the pecking order. Diane, welcome back. What's your thoughts? What were your thoughts on the Fleetwood game? And also, what's your thoughts on the Colchester game?
Fleetwood, I was listening to it, so I can't really say, apart from Sam let a penalty in. You know what it's like.
And what's your thoughts on the Colchester game?
Hopefully we'll get the 3 points. We've got to bounce back. Just hope we're not in blue kit. That's all I hope, because I think they play in blue and white, so we won't be in that. And you lot better behave, otherwise you'll be in Glasshouse, because there's Colchester Glasshouse there, the Army and that lot. Sorry, I'm just in one of them moods, but hopefully we'll win. And Shepherd wasn't injured, he was suspended. So that's why he's back in. He had 5 yellow cards. He wasn't injured. So he was suspended. But hopefully he's back in.
No, I know, but I'm just saying he's back available to play, isn't he?
Yeah, but he wasn't injured, he was suspended.
No, I know. But the others are that he keeps telling us for the last 2 weeks are almost ready for coming back, like Sarcevic you know.
If Patterson comes back, I know 2 people will be happy. So
I'll be
2
3.
people happy.
Yeah, me too. We need Patterson back.
And I've just noticed my volume's been really low, because I think Leo's been playing with my microphone, so this is going to be absolutely hilarious editing this later on. Right, Miss Callie.
I'm glad Shepherd's back. Like you said, I can't remember who said it, we need these midfielders to start stepping up and not have to rely on Cookie all the time. I've had a conversation with, I've got a mate who's a Colchester fan, and they are quite worried about Cookie, but he's the only player that they are actually worried about. Which, what does that tell you? If they're only worried about one player, it doesn't bode well, does it, to be fair?
And Cal, have you got anything else on the Colchester game?
No, like I said, it's going to be a tough one.
Right.
I've just got a quick question, Johnny, for Diane.
Go on.
Diane, is she gone?
No, me,
Oh. Did you see that howler of Harry Lewis's other week?
saw it on Twitter.
Great goalkeeper, wasn't he?
Oh, I'm a lovely goalkeeper. Leave my man alone. He's still my man.
You know?
So, Tony, score. Oh, also, before we got to Tony, we've had Dan Cavaney's dropping being awful past few weeks. So, YouTube, TikTok, score predictions in, questions for the panel. Tony, score predictions and also more pressure, goal scorers.
I'm going for an hard-earned 1-0 win, and I'm going to go for Sanderson to knock the winner.
Okay. Miss Diane?
I don't know. I've no idea. I'm going to go 2-1. And don't ask me for goal scorers. Any of them can shoot and score. So, well, if they can find the net. So I could say what I could think about saying about some of the squad, but never mind that. Just as long as a couple of them score, I'll be happy.
And Dan on YouTube thinks it's going to be 1-1. Lee, what about yourself?
I'm going to go for 2-0. Confident as ever. Positive as ever. But for 2-0. And now that Kavanagh's got a goal, I'm hoping that he can kick on and put his recent form behind him and start performing.
You adding your own sound effects there, Lee?
No. I'm cutting my cofter in half. What you will.
So I think the score is going to be... I'm going to go 2-0 Bradford, Andy Cook and Smallwood to score.
Callie's just had to pop off.
Okay.
So I've got to give her the apologies.
All right. We've had Collie Lad on TikTok thinking it's going to be 4-2 Colchester. Right. Everyone's favourite feature, the weather forecast. So tomorrow, the weather forecast is going to be, it looks like it's going to be cloudy. Yeah, cloudy all day with a bit of rain after 5 o'clock. The sun will rise at 19 minutes past 7 and will set 3 minutes past 4. That's your weather forecast. Right. Latest Bradford City news. Give me 10 seconds. I need to go back because I closed it down like an idiot. Right. There we go. So, latest Bradford City news. The Cowley praise a huge banter ahead of Colchester clash. Adwa challenge to nail down City's starting spot. And that's it, really. Does anybody want to chat about, shout about, or vent about anything? Starting off with Tony.
No, not really.
Diane?
Wait on. I was playing a game then. Went out of Twitter. No, but if you think Kev McDonald's down at Exeter then, he's got back into Exeter short-term deal, which I'm glad about. No, not really. Everything's just going, I think, hunky-dory at the moment, apart from injuries. So, that's it.
DJ Lily.
Yeah, just like injuries, they're all apparently coming back. They're all back on grass again, including Mr. Kelly, but he's still with medical staff. So hopefully going into winter period, which we are, we're talking about snow out there this week. So
yeah. Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly Tuesday there's going to be snow. So
yeah, 10 centimetres.
Touch wood, it actually throws it down with snow, so I'd have to go to work.
Get your brushes out so that you can sweep the pitch clear.
It can't snow on Tuesday. We've got a football match.
Oh, it's only Mickey Mouse trophy.
Monday and Tuesday is forecast from 10 till 10, apparently.
Can do what it wants. I'm off to Lanzarote.
Again? Always jet setting, Tony.
Pardon?
Always jet setting. Always on your jollies.
This is it, you see, when you're a famous
Celebrity
singer. Yeah, celebrity.
And while Tony walks 500 miles, this is my then. And surprise, surprise, it's about Graham Alexander. We lost against Harrogate. We lost against Doncaster. We lost against Fleetwood. And personally, if he does lose against Colchester, I know I keep saying this, I want him gone, because watching the team on Fleetwood after I recovered, it was shocking. Like, the highlight of the day was obviously Kieran Harriott getting a load of abuse, what some he did deserve and some he didn't deserve. But there's no plan B at this club, on and off the pitch. Especially on it, they're coming down the wings and stuff, and there's just nobody in the box. We're still crap at corners, still crap at free kicks, and something needs to change. So, personally, if he loses, get him sacked. Bring in Pete Wild, because I think Pete Wild will improve this team and always have a plan B.
Johnny, can I just say something? About that is, if the players don't play how Graham wants them to play, you can't blame the manager. He's coaching them, but if they're not doing what he's getting told, if they're not doing what he's telling them to do, it's not his fault. It is the players' fault, not his. That is what I've always been told. If they don't go on the pitch and do what they're told, it's not the manager. They're not listening to the manager. They're wanting to do what they're doing on their own.
I know what you're saying, but he picks the players, and he watches training.
He picks the players, yeah, and he trains them with Chris Leggetti, and obviously Doyley does the goalkeeping coach with Sam, and Sack. But you can't just blame you can't just blame the managers, you have to blame the players as well. I didn't go to Fleetwood, so I don't know if you all booed him off at the end or anything, but it's not fair blaming Graham. He's only been in charge a year. You can't just say they want to sack him straight away. Who were going to get? Pete Wild. He got sacked by Barrow. Yeah. But you've got to remember, there's other clubs looking for managers.
Go on, Diane, I like this. Diane, I like this feisty side of you. This is like...
totally agree with you, Diane.
Well, excuse me. Well, yeah.
It's the haymakers.
I am just literally, it is that people always blame the managers, but it's not the managers or the coach's fault. It's the players if they don't do what they're bloody told to do.
But if you're doing, I'll say it as it is, them players though could cost him the job. If the down tools, if they go on strike, down tools, and just start losing bits and bobs. Like, you've seen it in past under, I think, Mark Hughes and, I don't know, other managers. I don't know, Lee, what other managers we've had back in the day.
Adam.
Like Adam's players stopped playing for you. And, like, look at, who were it other day? Was it Cav? It was Cav and somebody. I don't think it was Cav and Smallwood. They had a full-blown argument in the middle of the pitch. I think it might have been Fleetwood. I don't know if anyone can confirm it or not, but I thought Cav lost his crap with the player over a pass. And surely, I know that's frustration on pitch, but with the frustration, you need to improve, don't you, and score goals.
Correct.
I don't mind that players out having a bit of a shout at each other.
I think I can see where you're coming from, Johnny, saying that if we lose tomorrow, get rid of him. But I also agree with what Diane says. You know, he sends that team out, and it's down to the players to perform. You've got to look at his formation sometimes. I don't think he sets up properly.
So, looking at the league table, obviously we're 10th.
Can I just add to that? We still need a left back. We're lopsided defensively. My opinion. Just saying.
So we've played 15 games. We've won 6, drawn 4, lost 5. And I don't know what this is at top here. Plus and minus, I don't know if that's goals, 20, 16. Goal difference 4, points 22, 1-1, drawn, lost. I think he's a good manager. And there's a good manager in there. But when you've lost 2 Yorkshire derbies, obviously against Harrogate and Doncaster, what does that make happen at the team?
Donny was all over us. Doncaster were all over us at that Yorkshire derby. You could tell it wasn't our guys' fault. Donny were all over us.
I'll tell you what Donny was good at. That was the difference between the two sides that day. Donny were a lot faster, a lot fitter, and a lot quicker than us, and we couldn't deal with that.
Was that with how they've been taught in training? Because obviously they do training, don't they, at that school or whatever it is, every week.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Johnny. But if you looked at Doncaster, they come with a game plan, yeah.
100%.
They hit us off break twice and scored 2 goals, and the difference
All right, Tony, Diane.
Well, Billy Sharp.
What's that plan B? Do we have a plan B? Do you reckon?
No.
Because look at it, they had.
No, but you can't get rid of Graham Alexander as a plan B. There's no way to get a new manager in, because what happens if they get a new manager and the team might be still the same what they're doing now?
So would you give him until January?
There's no point in saying you're going to sack him. There's no point.
I'd give him till end of season, personally. Just throw it out there.
I've got a feeling we're going to get promoted this year. We're in the top half of the table. We're not bottom of the league like Carlisle and Morecambe. We're halfway. Yeah. We're in halfway to the table. We can't say, "Oh, we've lost so many matches. Let's sack the manager." There's no way, because we're at that top half. Yeah, if we're at the bottom half, yeah, I can understand it, but not in that top half of the table where we are. And we are due a run again, and I've got a feeling it's going to start tomorrow.
So, Diane, if we lose tomorrow, say we lose 2-0 or 1-0 tomorrow, what would your thoughts be on Graham Alexander?
Don't sack him, because it'll be probably the team's fault again. I like Graham Alexander. I like Chris. It's Graham Alexander, Chris Legay who do the coaching. If the team is not listening to him, if it's going in one ear, out the other, when they're giving him what to do on that pitch, I'd give him time, and I'd get him. If they are doing what he's told, if I was him, I'd get them team in a bloody dressing room and sit down with them, stick a rocket up their arse and tell them what they need to do. Listen to him, not do what they want to do.
I'll tell you what this team is missing, and we haven't had anybody since. We don't have a leader. Like when Gary Jones were there, he was a leader. He was a mouthpiece. If you did something wrong, he told you, and that is what we're lacking: a driving force in midfield.
We need a different captain than Smallwood.
Smallwood isn't strong enough, and he's not a leader. He's not a leader, and that's where we're lacking.
I'm going to bring up Sam now. When they're all in front of him, they don't do it. Sam literally shouts at that defence. I've seen it, and that lot. We need somebody like that. Or, all right, we got rid of Gilly, and he was a good when he stood in for captaincy. But we need to get rid of Smallwood as the captain. Smallwood's too quiet. We need somebody like Cookie as the captain who's got that gob on him.
No, you can't have a centre forward as a captain. You want Bird. Byrne would make a good captain, or Shepherd. But Smallwood isn't a leader. Byrne!
Bloody hell, fire.
Centre half.
Turn your head up, Diane.
Don't start, I'm not in a good mood.
He's got the experience. He's been there, he's got out of that division with Stockport. Yeah, they didn't keep him on, he's come to us. But he's got the experience. I've always said a captain needs to be a defender. Because he can see what's going on. You can't have Cook as a captain. And Smallwood will never be a captain.
So, we've just had a TikTok come in from Bush Wookie. Great name. Our team is missing a few fast legs and a team leader who tell them not to walk about like Smallwood. So, with the team, in January then, Tony, Diane and anyone else, who would you get rid of? Because mine would be Vidame Oliver straight off the bat. I think he started against... Did he start against Fleetwood or that's Sanderson?
No, he started. That's what I'm saying. You can't play them two up front together because they're both target men.
You can't, can you? Because, like you're saying, both target men. It's like little and large, isn't it?
Yeah.
You need little and large. You need someone running. Like, I know Cav, it's like, I know Dan earlier put Cav needs dropping. But when Cav comes on, he reminds me of a bit of a loose chicken. See what I've done there? He runs round like a headless chicken, and he tries to score, but he's just, I know he's still young, but we need finishers. And in January, I personally think Vidame Oliver, Smith would probably go, and I don't know who else I've played in a while. But in January, I think is going to be either good or bad for this club and Graham Alexander. I read the other day, I think it might have been on Twitter or X, Jamie Rayner put something about they've all been meeting together and having a chit-chat about players. These players do not need to be injury prone. I know it's Bradford City's number one thing where to bring in an injury prone player. But when they sit around this table, they need players who will, like people are saying, fight for this shirt. Like Gary Jones kind of thing, and Derby.
Yeah.
Strong mental players.
Stuart
McCall players who can fight for this club, because I am sick and tired of every week going to games and just seeing no fight in this team. I know, I'll admit, Doncaster game, I left. I had enough, I walked because of how poor the team were playing.
Early goals again, it's early goals that's killing
Yeah.
you.
I missed Andy Cook's goal because he scored, but then I listened to on radio thinking they're going to win it, Bradford are going to draw it. But on radio they were saying they showed fight. Where is that been? That fight been now? However many games I've said we've played, 15 games. Sometimes it doesn't seem to exist, the fight on the pitch. And it's just so flipping frustrating that they don't show it. And then they all come over and clap us, oh yeah, you've played well. They haven't played well. We've lost games, and we need to show fight. If any of these players are listening, grab your balls, put them back in you, and start showing fight on this pitch, because it is frustrating as hell as a fan. Coming every week, paying my own cash, my pay slip, and paying 20, 25 quid for a ticket to come and watch a shower of shit. And Colchester, like people have been saying, Tony and Diane, agree with you. Colchester could get the ball rolling again. We need to smash Colchester. I know we just need to score. Play well. Play passing football. None of this passing back shit. Get it forward and score flipping goals. Right, I've had enough of my rant. Anyone else want to join in?
If the players in the midfield will be playing fine, that is what I saw when we played Tranmere. We weren't playing to the midfield, we were doing the long ball. So if the players in the midfield and everything, yeah, we'll be fine. But walking out, Johnny, when we went down 2-0, you don't know what's going to happen in the last, whatever, how many minutes did you walk out on? Because we scored.
When the second goal went in, as soon as Doncaster scored, the second goal was
I've
gone.
always been told, never ever, it's up to people, but I've always been told, never ever leave a match. You don't know what's going to happen in that last so many minutes.
Even if you're 4-0 down at half time, like me and Callie did, and we left and went to casino in Blackpool.
Yeah, that's fine. We've all got our own opinions doing that, but I've always been told never ever leave.
Never walked out in my life.
I've never walked out in my life.
You there, Callie?
I am. Sorry, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Here we go, back to good old days. It's like watching Sky Sports News. We're live from Callie from her car.
Yeah, I'm in car now. Yeah, remember when we played Leeds and all 3 goals all came in last 10 minutes and we were 2-0 down there? Do you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, I've only left once, and that was at the Blackpool game because it was absolutely hammering it down, and we were 5-0 down or something at half time. It was like, nah, we're not coming back from this one.
Nathan Defonso hat trick. He changed into prime Messi that day.
Yeah, he did.
But no, don't give up hope yet, Johnny. There's still plenty of time. We can pull it round. Look where we ended up last season. We were nearly relegated. We were nearly getting relegated, and we ended up 1 point off
Everybody's gone
playoff.
quiet now.
Yeah, it's too tight at minute to call it.
So, moving on, we've had Sean Meakin on TikTok. Who would you pick from League 2 teams to go up front with Andy Cook? So, you got 5 million quid in bank. You can go for any single League 2 player to go up front with Andrew Cook. Who would it be? Tony?
I'd go for that Molyneux at Doncaster.
What Ironside is it? Sharp?
Oh, is it? No, Molyneux. Who got first goal?
Billy Sharp's 47,000-year-old, isn't it?
No,
Oh, is it? I know who you mean. Is it Maddox or something it's got? I can't remember his name. It's on Tickle.
I thought it was Molyneux, personally, myself.
Luke Molyneux.
It is.
What about yourself, Diane?
Literally, I don't know any Muteford players in League Two. I'm not really bothered.
I've got to be honest, if I had £5 million in bank, I wouldn't be looking in League Two.
Yeah, Luke Molyneux. That's who it is.
It is Luke Molyneux, you're right.
Is Mullins still in 2, or has he moved up now?
He's in Big Boy Leagues.
Yeah, he's still with Wrexham.
Yeah.
All right, Mullins for me. I'd go into other league and get Mullins.
That's where I'd be looking. £5 million, you could get him.
So we've had Jordan on TikTok who thinks Billy Sharp, Bushwhacker.
No, Billy Sharp's too old.
Ironside. We've had Jimmy, Leeds fan. Hi Jimmy, hope you're well. Not a bad player, Billy Sharp, but he's knocking on a bit now. Jordan's put Carl Hudding class. I think it's Mark on Mark Platt on social media. Kelly as captain.
Say again.
Do you know Mark Pratt?
Oh yeah.
Kelly as captain.
Captain what?
That's a new admirer she's got.
Captain at team.
I'd put my boots on and run about. If I'd probably got more pride on wearing shirt at minute than some of our players have.
Right, is anyone else that want to chat about, vent about, shout about anything?
One thing you mentioned, Kieran, there was some stuff he didn't deserve.
Words, hasn't she?
He deserved it all. He was winding fans up before game.
Simple.
Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you, it's just Tony's just chatting over you.
All right. Kieran Harrott deserved everything he got. He was winding the fans up before they even kicked off in the warm-up.
Yeah, it's a tall guy, isn't it?
There you go.
Right.
What did you say, Tony?
Did you see? Sorry, did you see what Wayne Harrott put on his Facebook and then he deleted it? Did you see anybody see that?
Yeah.
No.
He were proper digging Bradford fans out. Proper.
Yeah.
Was it one of his infamous drunk Facebook things again?
Probably.
Absolutely. Saying he didn't deserve it, but it works both ways, doesn't it? Come on.
Yeah.
Well, he were winding them up before game even kicked off. They were doing warm-up and they were giving them stick.
End of the day, he did wrong. He left our club because he was completely in the wrong.
Yeah,
he's in that category. He thinks it's all right to go killing rabbits, doesn't he, with his air caution and stuff.
So, moving on, we've had Darren on Facebook, you need a few Leeds youth lot to make you a lot better. Sean has put Longstaff, but he's at Millwall, not a chance. And then obviously Mark's put in one of the chants, where's your rabbits gone from the game? Right, moving on now. Last but not least, I keep missing it out occasionally and I get shouted at. Tony, what's for your teammate? What's on your plate?
I've had fish and chips, mushy peas, 2 scallops.
Any bread and butter, Tony?
Yeah, 2 slices.
Happy days. Diane?
Well, I'm back at Slimming World, so it's been a calorie counted Asda lasagna with salad.
DJ Elite?
I've had butter chicken tikka masala, so that was lovely.
Any rice,
with a
chip?
couple of kormas and a naan bread and some mint sauce.
And last
the yoghurt one. That's nice, is that?
Last but not least, Miss Callie.
I've not had it yet, but when I've got back home, I will be having beef stew and dumplings with potatoes and Yorkshire puddings.
And I'm going to leave the last word to Bushwhacker on TikTok. That has made my day. But I had a McDonald's and it was not very nice. I tried the new chili burger thing. And the last note, Bushwhacker, guess what he's having for his tea? Any guesses? We mentioned it earlier.
Spam?
Nope.
Rabbit.
He's having rabbit stew.
Oh, I like a bit of rabbit
for his tea.
I like a bit of rabbit stew.
And on that note...
Rabbit curry's nice as well.
On that note... Thank you for everybody for coming along today. Hope you've enjoyed listening to everyone, from Tony, from Diane, to Lee, to Miss Callie, and other people who've listened and watched. Thank you for coming along. If you like what you're hearing, get you sent on to any podcast services. Chickens on the Loose, you will find us. And also, we are on Nations Radio. We have joined them. So we're on there as well. Also, we've got a little small Facebook page. Chickens, Up the Chickens on Facebook, where we do Golden Goal and Super 6 every year. So get you sent over there, where we chat about the game. Also, we get your thoughts on the game. Basically, it's for the fans, by the fans, where me, Callie, and another admin is there. Also, Chickens on the Loose on Facebook, on every social site. Get your asses over there, like, support. And wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Thank you for listening. Up the fucking chickens.
Bradford, it's Beagree. He's got to make this count. It's Beagree. It's 1-1. You'll see a somersault now. You'll get a double one. City till I die. City till I die. I know I am. I'm sure I'm Bradford. City till I die. Oh, Bradford City till I die. Bradford's made out.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
At your job, do you ever have to deal with a nose roller? How about a snub pulley? Well, if you're installing a new conveyor belt system, dealing with the different components can sound like you're speaking a foreign language. Luckily, you've got a team ready to help. Grainger's technical product specialists are fluent in maintenance, repair, and operations. So whenever you want to talk shop, just reach out. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.